Hello. Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening. Does this guitar make me look fat? No. You know, this is going to be fun with her, okay. So I was up late the other night watching TV. I saw a commercial for type 2 diabetes. I think I'm going to get it. You ever look at a picture of yourself from like 10 years ago and wish you were that fat again? I mean, you know you're getting fat when your towels don't fit. You guys know that rule about not going in a pool within 30 minutes of the last time you ate? I haven't been swimming since I'm 9. I gained so much weight over this pandemic that my doctor called me and ordered me to socially distance from my refrigerator. So I'm taking a lot of dick pics lately. Not that I'm posting them anywhere or showing them to anybody. It's just really the only way I could check for moles and discoloration. Also started exercising and dieting. I'm actually taking a break from riding my bike right now. I'm going to start right back up again when my hymen grows back. Yesterday was my cheat day. I had sex with the cleaning lady. My proctologist has really small hands. He advertises his services as minimally invasive. You know, growing up, I was a pretty tough kid. I had very thick skin. Now that I'm 50, it's also very loose. All right, I got a rotator cuff injury, so I've had about up to here with all you people. So my brother texted me the other day, and all it says is, "Mom is losing it." I'm like, oh, really? I text him, what's up? He goes, get a hold of her, ask her. So I text my mother and say, Mom, what's going on? How you doing? 20 minutes later, I get a text. Your brother is a self-righteous, judgmental asshole. I'm like, geez, all right. So I text my brother back. I said, hey, Mom seems fine. So I was at a big family dinner a few months ago. I looked around, I was so grateful. I owed everyone at the table either money or an explanation. You know, my father's fantastic, I love the guy. My whole life he's told me he wishes I was a little bit more like my brother. My brother died of childbirth. These are jokes, folks. He really doesn't say that. He's a nice guy. Okay? He's a very nice, he loves me. He likes my comedy. It's fun. I can tell jokes about it. Funny enough, my mother doesn't like my father very much. And she's always told me that she wanted me to turn out just like her when I grew up. So next week I'm having vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
That's just wrong.
Oh, if you only knew what was wrong. So my ex-wife gives me a call a few weeks ago and says, you gotta change your Bumble profile. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I was perusing Bumble, and I ran across your profile, and you're not going to get any action with these things up here. What you got? I go, listen, I'm not good on paper, but I'm doing my best. She goes, let me write it for you. I know you better than anyone. Okay, I'm like, all right. So I give her my password. And I forgot about it. 4 or 5 days later, I go look. I'm like, I haven't gotten any hellos from anybody. So I look at my profile and everything looks great. She made me look like a champ. And then I get to the last line of the About Me section, and it says, just don't leave him alone with your younger sister. So I called my ex-wife, and she laughed and laughed and laughed. So I changed it to just don't leave him alone with your baked goods. Now I'm getting 4 to 5 messages a week from big, beautiful women. It's fantastic. I love it. And then I was thinking about it, and I said, wait a minute. And I called up my ex-wife and said, hey, aren't you engaged? What are you doing on Bumble? She says, no, don't worry about it. It's an old account I had when we were together. So I'm a divorced father. I got 3 great kids. I have no favorites. I love them all exactly the same amount. $325 a month. So when my kids were younger, I actually went to rehab. Shocker, living in Florida, going to rehab. But we told my kids that I went to fat camp. And after 30 days, I come home, and there's emotions and crying and upset. They were just upset because I didn't lose any weight. So I have 2 sons, and I'm befuddled because I never caught them with dirty magazines in their rooms. It's because all the kids these days are doing all their masturbating online. To me, masturbating online is something I did in the car when I went to pick my kids up at school. Back when I was married, after I got divorced, I didn't know. I just totally screwed that up. See what divorce does to you? Back when I got divorced, it had been such a long time since I'd been in an actual relationship. It got to the point where I started fantasizing about being wrong. And when I got divorced, I just never thought I'd actually find true love again. Someone stand by my side, hold my hand, back me up. I was right. One time when I was married, I came home and I found my ex in bed with a circus clown. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Life is like a bowl of cherries. Cherries give me diarrhea. My girlfriend caught me jerking off Tuesday. Tuesday's my dog's name. They're fun. So I went on a business trip a few weeks ago to Jersey, and I was going to be gone for 5 days. So I packed 4 Viagra. It's a little optimistic. I came home with 3 Viagra and a sprained elbow. While I was there, I called the front desk and I asked the girl for a wake-up call. And she said, "You're never going to amount to anything." I took a dump so big last Thursday. I have a buddy who's so boring. He just got a job as a bland ambassador. Come on, it's punny. So I saw my horoscope the other day, and it told me my life was really going to start to turn around once I stopped believing in horoscopes. You know how hard that is for an Aquarian? So I'm trying to live my life by a new rule, trying to work on my road to black my life. I'm working on a new rule, trying to work on my lack of motivation. I only allow myself to smoke weed right before I go to bed. Yesterday, I went to bed at 3 in the afternoon. So a guy comes up to me the other day, and he tells me a rumor about somebody I don't even know. And I was like, okay. So my day job is I'm a window cleaner. Thank you. And a buddy of mine comes up to me the other day and he says, hey, Steve, why is it that you always use a squeegee every time you clean the windows? And I said, well, it goes all the way back to when I didn't graduate college. You know, I'm getting older and I'm starting to ponder the big questions of the universe. Like, when a hooker first goes into business, does she have a soft opening? Okay, I was dating a woman this past year, and she was a little bit racist. She had no idea I was Jewish. She insisted on inviting me to her parents' house for movie night. These people watch Schindler's List like it's a Tony Robbins video. She eventually broke up with me. She found out I was wearing a prosthetic foreskin. I was at a deli last week and I had a piece of German chocolate cake, which is exactly the same as regular chocolate cake, except it kills Jews. From the diabetes, people, come on. Doesn't really kill Jews. So I get my Viagra at Walmart. It's generic. So my erections aren't that hard, but they have great value. You guys know it has great value. So I've been having a hard time finding joy lately. So I've settled on dating a woman named Phyllis. I know a woman who has such an enormous labia, she tends to get a little lippy. I dated a woman last year, her name was Susan. Susan didn't like to work very hard. She actually had a hard time holding down a job. So I started calling her Lazy Susan. You know, because of her eye. Now, you know, I do some dating, and I always wonder if some of the girls I date, when they drop me off at home and go back to their roommates, they talk about how they finger banged me. I don't want to make fun of more women. I can't make fun of more women. So I'm currently hanging out with a girl, and we're trying to spice it up. Trying out some new positions. Last night, she was the Secretary of State, and I was the Southwest Regional Manager of Chipotle. Back when I met her on our first date, I found out that both of her parents were deaf. She was not. But she had the accent. So I have a friend who has been collecting women like some sort of badge of honor his whole life. He's had sex with over 200 women. It's disgusting. I couldn't tell you how many women I've slept with, because I had them up by weight. In 35 years, I've slept with over 9,000 pounds of women. Literally tons of girls. Thank you very much, folks. My name is Steve Lamm. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.